Shoulders up. One leg. One leg, eh? One leg, eh? You have to do the dance. Hot sauce, you know the dance?
The dance.
One leg, eh? One leg.
One leg. What do I do with that one leg? Just push it?
One leg.
Oh.
One leg, yeah. One leg.
He seems like he's using 2 legs.
One leg.
Jump to the center, move one leg.
One leg. Like this.
Who is he?
Jump to Jehovah.
Jehovah.
Yeah, one leg.
See,
Yeah.
this is why I want to be African.
Go down low.
Go down low.
Shoulders up.
Shoulders up.
Hand gesture.
Hand gesture.
All right.
And the facial expression.
One leg.
Oh.
One leg.
One leg.
Oh.
One leg.
Oh, one leg.
It's a big dance.
And do a little jump.
It's a big dance.
I like this. I'm going to practice this today. And put on some shorts and some boots.
African music is wicked.
It is. It's such a fun music. It reminds me a lot of soca.
Yes. I'm watching Blood and Water right now. And
how is that?
I love Blood and Water. I'm quite enjoying the soundtrack.
No,
the score.
On the corner.
What's Blood and Water?
On the school. It's a Netflix show
series
that I have been circling around.
You haven't watched any of it?
No.
Oh, it's in the 3rd season. That's what I'm watching.
Yeah, I keep on seeing it. It keeps circling around on my theater. My theater box.
My theater box.
Yes, and I just never watched it.
Oh, Blood and Water.
What's it about?
It's about a young girl, Pauline, and she gets a chance to go to a new school, but she's had some trauma in her life surrounding the fact that her older sister was kidnapped when she was born, and her parents kind of are living through that. So she has the opportunity to go to this new prestigious school. She goes to the school, and at the school she discovers a girl who she thinks might be her sister.
Gasp.
Yeah.
And then
it goes on from there.
Oh my God. See, no, I seen that in the preview. And that's why I keep like but maybe I'll watch it now because I don't have anything else to watch because Dead
and Water. Like that.
Because Dead to Me is almost done.
I finished Dead to Me.
Did you?
Oh, Dead to Me.
I
think this is the end of it, right?
Yeah,
I don't think it's coming back.
Oh, good, because I don't want it to come back. Yeah. I think it's getting, like in all of these movies where a small situation ends up very bigger.
Yeah.
It always, it was just like, you don't have to be a lifelong criminal.
It's a lot of, and then it's all like connected, which is just weird because it's like, is that real? So it's becoming a little unreal.
Yeah.
But I think that it was a good series. I really, really love Christina Applegate as an actress. Why is she so fat in this?
That's what I, okay. I thought it was me. Like, did she have like an influx of fluid?
Did she really get pregnant?
Did she get pregnant? Like, what is going on?
I don't know. But she's, when they did the opening scene of this last thing, and I was just like, what happened to her?
Yeah, I thought it was just me, and I was like, I should go back to the other seasons and see.
No.
But she is really swole face.
Robust.
Yes.
Her face is very big. So, but no, Dead to Me, I did love that series, and Blood and Water. I couldn't wait to finish Dead to Me so that I can start Blood and Water.
Blood and Water.
I did have to go back to like season 2 of Blood and Water because I feel like it was a long time since that one came out too.
Don't white women when they get older, they get a little bigger? What's the one that used to be really popular back in the day? She was the baby talking movie. With John Travolta.
You know who that is.
And she blew up. She was big.
Yeah.
With John Travolta. Look who's talking.
Look who's talking. Yeah.
Who was that?
She was the
Goldie Hawn.
No, it's not Goldie Hawn.
You just
saying whatever he wants.
Oh, Christy Alley.
Yes,
she got big.
Oh yeah, she got really big. Then she lost a lot of weight. She became a Weight Watchers spokesperson, and she lost a lot of weight. But no, this is Kelly Bundy. This is Kirstie Alley.
But she was always pretty. Kelly Bundy she was pretty thick. For a white girl.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think she was.
No, she was skinny because in
The Sweetest Thing.
Yeah, Sweetest Thing. She was meager and
she had a boob job.
No, I don't know, probably. But anyways, I really, really like her character. Although she curses a lot.
Remember her
Damn,
test was
she
pretty
curses a lot.
robust.
I like it.
Yeah, she cursed a lot. I was like, dang, Kelly Bundy. But it's a good series, really good series. It reminds me of like a new age Frankie and Janie or whatever the hell the name of the show was.
Frankie and Janie. Check in, Miss Tony. How you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, she has MS.
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh, no.
She has MS. The other girl from The Sweetest Thing has MS too.
The little black skin, the
The
little
dark-haired girl, yeah.
Ay, Dios mío.
Really? I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, no, I'm doing good. Yesterday, I had a very, very relaxing evening. I was so tired yesterday, like worn out feeling. And I was just like, what am I going to do? So I went home and I just relaxed. And Noah allowed me to relax, and it was very, very nice. I ordered food from Delicias, Las Delicias Colombianas. Mm-hmm. And I quite enjoyed that, and I just relaxed, and it was good.
Good. What about you, Rockstone Trismith?
Not. Oh, I put up some Christmas lights.
Oh.
Yes.
Today is my mother's birthday.
Happy birthday!
It's not today.
It's birthday.
It's on Monday,
but tonight is birthday.
But tonight they're doing a birthday party.
Yeah,
It's the birthday.
It's the birthday.
The house gonna be busy today, so I was helping clean out the house and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Put up the
nice.
Christmas lights outside, and that was it.
See, I don't even know when nobody's even birthday anymore. I don't got
There used to be a time where my whole street had Christmas lights, literally the whole street. Now,
and then you people don't have no Christmas
now
joy.
it's just one. It's like 1-2 house. But I think everybody just got old and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It be's like that.
A lot of traditional shit don't happen no more.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say shit.
Did you not? Did you not?
I didn't.
And yesterday I stayed here all day.
Oh, nice.
I saw you. I saw your arm when Gary was here, and I was like, this is just a weird day. Like, what day is it? What's
Yeah.
happening?
Gary came and hung out with me towards the mid
Oh, you
part
was
of the
doing
afternoon.
work?
And I was doing the work, and Gary was we was being A&Rs and listening to music and putting together parang playlists, all kind of things.
Parang in here. When you
Yeah.
playing that?
Yeah, that'd have to be
That's
Christmas
Christmas
Eve
Yes.
into the night.
And I hope y'all put the little girl on
Over the night.
fire.
Oh yes,
In the parang
yes. She's
things.
definitely parang.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And New Year's.
Anywho, let's see what's going on right now. Let's get into the show. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends starts right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387. Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
You're listening to Spark FM online.
This is so interesting. I just found a reminder in my phone that says, give her the heads.
Oh. Give her the head.
Who wanted to remind me of that?
Yes.
Oh,
And in your phone.
For 12120.
2120.
Give her the heads.
In 2020?
Yeah.
Wow, give her the heads. That's that. Maybe a heads up.
Give her the heads up. Give her the heads up, yes.
Okay.
But it just says give her the heads. When I clicked on it, it was a text message that said give her the heads. Weird.
I like it.
Weird.
Give it to her. Give it to her.
How do you do this? Okay.
Let's get into this news. See what's going on around town. So this one is not in the story, but I did see this story yesterday and wanted to bring it to a front. So remember, they had passed the redistricting, one of the redistricting maps on a 9-4 or something like that, whatever. There is a coalition of South Boston-based organizations and activists who have filed a lawsuit against the Boston City Council in an attempt to overturn a redistricting map that body passed by a 9-4 vote on October 22nd. 26. The lawsuit alleges the council's map is designed to dilute white voting power in the Dorchester-based District 3 and black voting power in the Dorchester-Mattapan-based District 4. It also alleges the council violated the state's open meeting law. 3 of the 4 councilors who voted against the map, Ed Flynn, Aaron Murphy, and Frank Baker, filed affidavits in support of the lawsuit. Also signing on as a plaintiffs are former city councilor Maureen Feeney, Shirley Shillingford, who heads the Caribbean Carnival Association of Boston, and retired social worker Rita Dixon. In her affidavit, Murphy, a Dorchester resident and at-large councilor, says the council's map destroys the Cedar Grove neighborhood by moving it from District 3, represented by Baker, into the predominantly African-American District 4, represented by Councilor Brian Worrell. The approved map is designed to diminish the voting power of white voters in City Council District 3, whose rights are sacred under the Voting Rights Act and the 14th Amendment Act. I didn't know white people had a white act. Because that's what I read. Is that not what I read?
When you said decrease the white
voters, yeah. And then in the 14th Amendment in the Voting Rights Act, Murphy's affidavit also asserts that District 3 has a history of electing black officials, citing among others the election of former state Senator Linda Dorsina Forey, special election Democratic primary for the seat. Dorsina Forey, who had represented Dorchester in the State House since 2005, won the election district-wide but lost in Dorchester's Ward 16 by a substantial margin to Nick Collins of South Boston. I'm trying to get to the juice. Basically, I believe that the white people are fighting for more control. The accurate deceptor is the approved map is non-white, she wrote. Murphy also takes issue with her colleague's description of the American blacks, Vietnamese, Cape Verdean, Haitian, and Dominican people as minorities protected under the Voter Act. I don't understand all this. Let me try to get this man on the phone real quick.
Yeah, because what is
they're mad. The white people are mad about the redistricting because it takes away more power from them and gives more power to black people.
In the neighborhoods that black people live in, mostly?
Yes.
Oh, so they don't think that the people should have more voting power in the districts that they live in?
Because they were predominantly white. But, there's some parts of Dorchester that are more white or something like that.
Is it predominantly black?
Yes.
All right, then. Shut up, Aaron.
City councilors who attended both events said that neither was a city council meeting and that no councilor spoke at either event. So I guess there were some other events that they feel like they weren't invited, that the public wasn't invited to. This is all crazy. It's also very interesting that siding with Ed Flynn, Aaron Murphy, and Frank Baker, there also includes Maureen Feeney and Shirley Shillingford. All right. So I've got to get more insight on that and figure out what's going on and dig deeper into that. Let me just copy and paste this real quick. But yeah, that is a very interesting situation. That's very, very interesting situation. I'm going to try to get some more insight on that by the time the show goes on. But in the meantime, let's just move on with the news. President Biden to meet Prince William in Boston on Friday. The bigger story out of that is that the traffic today is going to be a cluster F of foolishness. Let's get into that because I don't think that any of you guys that are listening right now are really that interested in Biden meeting the royals. I could be wrong. If you are, let me know. If you're planning, however, to drive into Boston on Friday, there's something you should consider. You aren't going to be driving into Boston on Friday. Oh, well, that's that. In a twist of fate, equaled only by a Sharknado or St. Patrick's Day, falling on your brother-in-law's birthday, Boston is poised to experience perhaps its worst ever Carmageddon where several factors will render the big dig in need of more digging. On Friday, December 2nd, President Joe Biden will visit Boston for a Democratic fundraiser that will also feature Senators Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey, according to Mass Live. And it's not in the suburbs either, but raw at the new MGH Music Hall across from Fenway Park. A visit from a sitting president is about as big as it gets for the hub, unless royalty is on hand or something crazy. However, we have both. For on the very same day, Air Force One touches down. The Prince and Princess of Wales, aka William and Kate, will be in town for their second annual Earshot Prize ceremony. The Earshot ceremony is William's initiative to tackle climate control. The royals' visit will no doubt bring back memories of Prince Charles and Princess Diana's visit to Massachusetts back in 1986. And Queen Elizabeth 1976 stopped to commemorate America's bicentennial. Basically, oh yes, there's also a Celtics game.
Yep.
And also a Celtics game.
And also a Celtics
in which the league's hottest team and championship favorites will challenge longtime rival, the Miami Heat. Oh, and they're against the Miami Heat.
They just played the Heat the other night, too.
Oh,
So twice
boy.
they played the Heat.
This is crazy.
Yep.
And guess who plans to bring this 5-year-old daughter to the Celtics game at Carmageddon? Yours very truly. Who?
Him, the guy that wrote the article.
Oh, boy.
Coach is going to that game tonight.
At least all the gridlock will buy is a little more time to explain why it's dicey to wear the jersey of her favorite player due to his allegiance to a man who, among other nonsense, also called the earth flat. Kyrie Irving.
She likes Kyrie.
Father. So today, I'm sorry. This is crazy. What time are they coming? They need to put like a timeline of what time is the best time to not go through these things. I'm hoping that Biden is here already. He should be here early.
I don't know.
By 2:00, Biden should have already been here. And what time is the game? Late at night.
The game is later this evening.
Okay. So good. All right. So, I mean, we should be good. Everybody watch out for Carmageddon. It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you.
Wow.
You like that?
That's your evil laugh?
It is.
I like it.
It is. Amber Alert canceled after a Dartmouth, Massachusetts infant and its mother was located. Both of them are in custody. How do Amber Alerts work? Anybody could get an Amber Alert, or is it usually when parents steal their children?
It's whenever a child is missing, there's Amber.
I feel like there's not enough of those. I feel with all the missing children that we hear and read about all the time, how come what quantifies as an Amber Alert?
Luanda.
Yes.
I feel like you're right. I feel like ever since Amber,
He's not
there hasn't
here
been
yet.
too many alerts. It's probably like 2 Amber Alerts a year. And I thought there's a lot of missing people.
No, we get. I mean, I don't know. So you can get the Amber Alerts on your phone, right? Like they come across, whatever. But I think that the times that I've seen them, it's been like on those highway signs or something like that. I don't know where the Amber Alerts go.
They go to our phones. If they at the same time they go to our phone, they go to the on the highway.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
So guidelines for issuing an Amber Alert. Here we go. There's a reasonable belief by law enforcement that an abduction has occurred. The law enforcement agency believes that the child is in imminent danger or serious bodily injury or death. There is enough descriptive information about the victim and the abduction for law enforcement to issue an Amber Alert. The abduction is of a child aged 17 years of younger, and the child's name and other critical data elements, including child abduction flag, have been entered into the National Crime Information Center. There is reasonable belief by law enforcement that an abduction. So, no, because
Do you have to wait 24 hours?
so you know how we sometimes would jump a little card in the group that another child is missing or something like that. I don't ever see Amber Alerts for any of those children that are missing on that red. You know, there's a thing with red writing, and then all the children and things as such. I don't see that.
Morning.
How you got? I've only had maybe like 4 Amber Alerts in my lifetime to come to my phone.
That's what I said.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. You only get like 2 Amber Alerts a year.
Yeah.
They don't
Ever
give
since
Amber.
it came
Maybe
out
they
with
don't.
it.
What? I don't know.
That's very weird. I just feel like if you're missing and somebody's looking for you, there should be an Amber Alert out for it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not like across your phone, it should still be a little Amber Alertation. I don't know.
I see what you're
That's
saying.
That's what I said.
I agree.
And then Fall River police officer arrested, accused of hitting a man in custody with a baton. I didn't even know that they could get arrested for hitting somebody.
Well, of course. Why not?
The police?
That's abuse.
I thought that they, sir.
They're
Sure.
supposed to.
Okay. A Fall River police officer has been arrested for allegedly assaulting a man in the department's custody. Federal prosecutors say Nicola Hoare beat the man. Beat the man with the baton in 2020 and then filed 2 reports that failed to mention the assault. Hoare is charged with deprivation of rights under color of law and 2 counts of filing false reports. If convicted, Hoare could face decades in prison and a hefty fine. I doubt Hoare will face any type of consequences for its behavior.
It's in the name.
Yeah. It ain't tricking if you're whoring. I don't know if that's how it goes. But hoes be winning. And he's going to win.
The hoes be winning.
Because it's just a baton. Like, I feel like some officers often hit you with a little bit more. They pistol whip you, kick you in your groin and your chest and things
Do
like
they?
that.
How do you know?
I got one at home.
You get the real one? Mm-mm. Oh, the real
It's
one's
plastic.
the real one's hurt.
She got it from when she was dressed up like a sexy cop.
Yes. That's exactly where I got it from. Still have the
How do you know that they hurt?
They're pretty heavy.
You've had an experience with
Oh
it?
no, I've never been beaten with a stick.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, you know, it's
Not
very
by
heavy.
the cops, at least.
Pause. It's like all that. Pause.
pause. This gonna have me smelling like a distillery, but that's fine.
My god sister named Amber. I know Amber.
I know Amber.
He said, ain't no black people named Amber.
She sure
I
is
know
busy.
mad Ambers. All the Hondurans are called Amber.
Nah, she's
There's like
literally
6 of
the
them.
only Amber that I know.
No.
The only black Amber that I know.
Who?
His god sister.
You know Amber in Alabama that you went to her
I know
wedding.
2 Ambers. Oh, that's true. I know another one. And that's my big friend. Sorry, Amber.
Exactly. We know a lot of Amber. I feel like, I mean, I don't know if that's a lot of them, but I do know at
A
least
stripper
3.
name.
It's a stripper name.
It is a stripper name.
Is it?
Definitely.
Amber? If I was stripper, I would be Amber Alert because when you come out, you do play that big thing and then I just, you know, shake my little leg feather.
I would just be missing.
Missing. Ay, ay, ay. You guys are a funny bunch. Funny bunches of
Get him
boats.
one little liquor.
Just one sip.
This stuff here, though, it's like you don't even have to sip it. You just smell it and you're drunk.
This is I tried sake the other day. This reminds
I like
me of
a
sake.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Dee Dee says she knows a dude named Amber.
Oh, wow. She would. She would.
Jenna said, "Como?" Yeah, I don't know. I know. Dee Dee, if it's the same dude, I think his name is Amper with a P.
Ampersand.
That's how I always refer to him. Ampersand.
It's ampersand.
Amper.
That is interesting.
I like that name, Amber.
Amber?
I wonder if he was a.
It sounds like hamper.
I wonder if he was a excited baby.
No, this was a hamper.
Hyper.
Hamper alert.
What are you talking about?
Let's go back to the news here now.
Boston City Council again approved a measure on Wednesday that would lower the legal voting age to 16 instead of 18.
I think that's very interesting.
If the proposal passes, 16 and 17-year-olds will be allowed to vote as long as they meet the other legal requirements. The petition now heads to Mayor Michelle Wu's desk. If she signs off, it gets passed on to the state legislator for approval. That is very interesting. I was thinking about that when I saw that today. Like, if Massachusetts could let people vote at 16 and everybody else is letting people vote at 18, ain't that a little warped?
It's what?
Ain't that a little unfair? Like, if one state goes, I feel like there should be a federal voting age,
Universal,
right?
yeah, national.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't feel like that should go by the states.
I'm not sure if that's voting for the president. Maybe that's just voting for it in Massachusetts, like voting for our laws and stuff.
Interesting.
Right. Wouldn't that right?
Perhaps.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Because if it was the whole country, like I think it would have had to be the whole country change the age, not just It's not fair.
Let me just see. Oh, maybe for like local elections. Age and districting.
Scuba Steve said he hopes that it does not pass.
Why, Scuba Steve?
Why not? I think it would encourage the kids to go voting more.
But would they pay attention to what they're voting for? Can that backfire?
Well, then now it would have to be something that's taught in school, like
Well, yeah, I think that's definitely this civic engagement type stuff does need to be taught in school, as long as like just with regular life skills. I think it's a life skill to be able to vote and know how to vote and know about voting. All the stuff that I've been learning on Saucy and Friends, I wish that I had known a long time ago.
I wish that I had Noah's homework from earlier.
I've been voting for a long time, but it's not until now that I really can honestly say
attention.
that I honestly know what I'm voting for and why I'm voting. So.
We'll follow up with both of these stories about the city council because they've been doing a lot of things that I don't understand, but I want to know. And that concludes the Around the Way news for today. We got a hefty amount of national and world news, so we'll get into that as soon as we come back. Saucy and Friends in the Morning on Spark FM Online. We'll be right back.
What is this, Doctor? This is the Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. Turn us up. All right, let's take a look.
Massive It's the Sunday Food with Father John and Trini Tech. Every Sunday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Playing you vintage classics, calypso, ska beats, reggae, roots, R&B, souls, dub, and more. It's the Sunday Food. Every Sunday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Spark FM Online.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans, and soon they will be available to everyone.
This vaccine means hope. It will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
I want to go back to work and I want to be able to move around.
To visit with Michelle's mom, to hug her and see her on her birthday.
You know what I'm really looking forward to is going to opening day in Texas Ranger Stadium with a full stadium.
We've lost enough people and we've suffered enough damage.
In order to get rid of this pandemic, it's important for our fellow citizens to get vaccinated.
I'm getting vaccinated because we want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
So roll up your sleeve and do your part.
This is our shot. Now it's up to you.
This holiday, meet me in the city, downtown, or in the neighborhood. Boston's all dressed up with lots of places to go, people to meet, and shopping to do. Whoever you are, whatever you seek, you can find it here in Boston. Be it a mom and pop or five-star shop. This holiday season, use the power of your purse with passion and purpose and shop local. This is Boston, and we are all-inclusive. For more information about what's going on in the city this holiday season, go to allinclusiveboss.com.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time home buyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
The the all-new Spark FM.
Them not like me, I mean not like them.
Spark FM.
Come on. Ha, sicker than your average.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chick a man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra, ey. Pero no hay boda, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra. Me las voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirar el selfie. Ey, que sonrían las que ya les metían. Un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirar el selfie. Que sonrían las que ya se olvidaron de mí. Me gustan mucho las Gabriela, las Patricia, las Nicole, las Sofía. Mi primera novia en Kinder María. Mi primer amor se llamaba Talía. Tengo una colombiana que me escribe todos los días.
I want to go to the club and hear this. I haven't been to the club and hear this yet. What happened?
I thought Dog died, but it's not Dog. It's somebody else.
D.O.G.?
No. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh.
No, but he didn't die. Because remember, his wife died not too long ago. Somebody else from his show died.
I love me some Bad Bunny. Have you guys listened to his album?
Bad Bunny was like the most streamed artist of the year.
I see it. I get it. I do get it.
Yeah,
that man did that work.
As much white people as there are on the planet, there's as much Latino. And, you know, they go from Spain to
Latino.
South America.
South America. VIP, put that IP. Novia.
This thing says that Prince William and Kate Middleton got booed at the Celtics game the other night. Did you know that?
Well, all of the people, Mazzoli was like, I don't care if Jesus was here. He was the only one that I would give a damn who was here. And then one of them other players, I was reading this somewhere on the Twitter.
Who's Mazzoli?
He's the new coach.
Oh, okay.
And then somebody else, I think it was one of them.
Jaylen Brown was
like
it was just a regular game. Like it wasn't nothing special.
I mean, how is the world? Are we supposed to be super excited?
That's what I want to know. Like, it's not a big deal because the other night when they were coming and when it was pouring rain, and Mommy's like, we should have taken the boys down there. This is once in a lifetime. And I was like,
oh God.
I don't care.
Girl, bye.
Yeah,
and you know what about that? It's once in I don't understand when I'm older and I say, I remember one time I went down to the Boston Commons and I looked at Kate.
If it was something special like Nelson Mandela,
Barack
Obama.
Yeah.
You know.
It was Vice President Kamala. I definitely went to go see her because that was straight through. When you got a little press pass, you get anywhere quickly.
I didn't know. Had I known that it was straight through like that, I would have went with you too because I just was just like,
It was nothing interesting. Like me being there, and taking pictures. I guess I can say that I saw her in person. And then how does that affect the rest of you all? Does that elevate my status?
Your social status.
Like for me, seeing Kate and Mate.
Yes, you were blessed.
Will I be
to witness a one-time anomaly with your ojos?
It's an anomaly?
I don't know.
What's an anomaly? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know if I don't know if that is a lifelong bucket list item that I would like to check.
America hypes up stupid shite.
It does.
All the time.
Because I don't even know if I would be that excited for like Megan. I mean, unless I had a press pass and I knew I was getting right in.
Yeah, like in those situations, I feel like if it was more of a personal situation where I will get to meet them and sit down and have a small talk and take a photo up. You know, like maybe that's it, but I don't know if just looking up, like grazing upon them, touching the hem of their garment will really, affect me in any type of way.
No, you're right. It would have to definitely be Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah. Jesus. And if I'm a basketball player trying to win this game, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Smite me?
I know. Like, are you supposed to be starstruck?
Perhaps.
What's the word? Fangirl?
Starstruck.
Oh. Supposed to be fangirl.
Anyhow, it's time for our national news. Tony, what's going on today?
Well, in news for Scuba Steves, the Supreme Court says Biden's student loan forgiveness program remains blocked for now and schedules arguments for February.
So they got to start paying in February?
Right, well, they're going to argue about it in February.
Oh, okay, but right now they still don't have to pay.
Right now still.
Okay, that's nice.
Vladimir Putin fell down the stairs on his home and soiled himself.
You should do it again.
Vladimir Putin fell down the stairs at his home on Wednesday night. It is claimed Russian leader bruised his coccyx as he slipped down 7 steps, report said, and that happened to hot sauce on Thanksgiving. Telegram channel that claims links to the bodyguard said Putin involuntarily defecated due to effects of cancer of the gastrointestinal tract. I did not know that he had cancer. Did y'all know that?
Who?
Vladimir Putin.
Oh, did it? Well,
yeah.
I'm not surprised by that revelation at all.
Yeah.
He is a cancer, so, it only makes sense that he would perhaps have some of it. Mm-hmm. You've got to become what you are, and he is a terrible person.
Yeah, he stumbled and fell to his back, after which he fell on his side and slid down a couple of steps. The incident took place.
Oh, they said he might have Parkinson's, too.
Oh, damn.
And he's the one that's doing the war.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You got all of these. Oh, this is his bucket list situation, is to be in a war before something happens to him, because you got all of this going on. You don't think that you got other things to worry about instead of trying to take little Ukraine from themselves? What is that? That's very interesting.
Yeah, so he's got all kinds of things going on. He's 70 years old, got all kinds of things going on, and it's because you're a bad man, Vladimir Putin. You're a bad man, you are. Next story. Yoga teacher guilty of murdering her ex-police officer lodger 2 decades after he killed his wife. These stories? The Daily Mail, if any of y'all subscribe to the Daily Mail be having some damn stories. A yoga teacher, 53, is found guilty of murdering her ex-police officer lodger 2 decades after he killed his wife, as the jury rejects claims she acted in self-defense because she feared for her life. So the yoga teacher's name is Dawn Lewis. She was found guilty of murdering Glenn Richards. Lodger means what? He was staying in her house?
Yes.
Lodger, okay. Richards was released from prison for killing his former wife in 2011. Lewis claims he tried to kill her and she feared for her life during a struggle. The jury rejected her claim, said that she was self-defending, and her sentencing is tomorrow.
So she was dating a cop and killed him?
No, she had him living with her. And then he had just gotten out of jail for killing his wife. She allowed him to come and live with her, and then she killed him.
Why did she kill him?
I don't know. She killed him because she said that she thought that he was going to kill her. But they said that's not true. She was convicted of stabbing him to death at her home, as she...
That's a crime of passion.
She wanted to evict him and he didn't want to leave, so she stabbed him and killed him.
Oh, he's gone now. Mm-hmm. So are you.
Yep, and so are you.
They was dealing. They was dealing with each other. She was letting him, she was letting him stay there rent free. Mm-hmm. And then he was out doing the business, doing what he was doing. And she found out and she stabbed him and asked him to leave. And he was like, nah, I'm not leaving. And she was like, if you don't leave, I'll make you leave. And then she stabbed him up. That's what happened.
It says that the court previously heard how Mr. Richards suffered 5 large stab wounds, 2 of which were not survivable. She suffered 3 cuts on her thigh, but one doctor told the trial her injuries did not appear to fit the description of an attack and appear to be self-inflicted.
So she cut herself?
She cut herself.
Just like in A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, when she was hitting herself with the oranges.
She put the oranges in a sock and beat herself?
And beat herself.
What is that?
What kind of, you know what, but black men will make you feel that way. They make you feel like putting some oranges in a sock and swinging it around.
At them, I never want to hit myself in the face with a bag of oranges.
Maybe you do if you feel stupid that you arguing with this man about this bull.
I remember when we was in college, there was this girl and this guy, and they were in a very, very abusive relationship that we used to witness all the time. And one day, you had to get like the quarters and stuff to do the laundry. And I think one day he threw a bag of coins at her face, busted her lip.
No.
We were in college, That's so sad. We witnessed that. If you laugh, I'm gonna punch you.
Sorry you guys had to witness that.
Me too, because it was just awful. He used to abuse that girl all the time, and she just stayed. She just stayed with him. What was her life prior to college that she decided to stay in an abusive
Abandonment
relationship?
issues.
God, who's calling?
Abandonment, all kind of issues. But you know, Spark FM Online, you are alive.
Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you?
I'm aggravated with the comment that you made, my love.
Who, me?
Here's the thing. Yes.
What'd I say?
Here's the thing. You said black men will cause women to do that. Instead of you not realizing the roles has changed. These women are causing men to commit suicide, to lose their job, don't want to be involved. They're driving us crazy. And y'all women don't hold accountability to your actions. So
We've been dealing with all of that. Y'all are just catching up now. Y'all gotta sit back and enjoy this ride. The tables have turned. Get over it. Learn how to deal with it. Go find y'all some therapy and learn how to communicate better with your loved ones. Because that's what y'all are not doing.
Say it.
Y'all are sitting here allowing things to happen, and then when you get mad, you want to blow up about it instead of talking through it. Grow up.
Do you understand I have come today on this Good Friday? And this is the day that the Lord has made.
I just want to speak a little truth to the internet this morning, Christopher.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Talk to you later.
That's all I want to do. Bye.
And that's all it should be. That should be the only 2 words that men have to say to women. Yes, ma'am. That's it.
and I'll change.
Right.
Okay. You know, I ain't got time for y'all making all this noise today. I got too much pent up aggression in my life and too much logical reasoning as to why black men have issues and need to seek the therapy in which they want.
Male fragility.
It's crazy. Anyhow,
next
moving
story.
on.
German police arrest a woman for shutting off her roommate's ventilator. her roommate is probably a black man getting on her nerves.
It's the drinks.
The 72-year-old suspect was allegedly annoyed by the sound the machine made. The 72-year-old woman has been arrested after she allegedly switched off her hospital roommate's ventilator twice because she was annoyed by the sound it made, according to authorities in Germany. The woman was jailed on suspicion of attempted manslaughter following the incident at a hospital in the southwestern city of Mannheim on Tuesday evening. Police and prosecutors said in a statement that the suspect is alleged to have switched off the 79-year-old woman's ventilator, and despite them being told by staff that it was vital for the patient, switched it off again. Later in the evening.
That's wickedness. You know, that is plain wickedness.
But do you think she had dementia or something? Like, how can you be that? You can't be that way.
You can't be that ridiculous.
The older patient had to be revived, and while her life is not in danger, still requires intensive care. The suspect was brought before a judge on Wednesday and taken to jail.
The first time that she switched it off, they should have moved her out of that room because I wouldn't be able to trust her. And there should have been something that was up there to prevent her from doing that.
Does she know that she could have killed the man?
She knew. She's just an evil old bag. That's awful.
That's not okay.
A Buckingham Palace staff member resigns over remarks to black guest. Speaking of racism, the founder of an anti-violence support group said an aide pressed her on where she was from, dismissing Britain as an answer. The palace called the questioning unacceptable and deeply regrettable. Sorry. Hold on a second. Copy.
What story is that?
I'm popping it in there right now. It's there now. It's there. It's there under the German police. It says that when Ngozi Fulani was invited to a glittering reception at Buckingham Palace on Tuesday, hosted by Camilla, the Queen Consort and the wife of King Charles III. Wow, that's his name now, huh? She did not expect to find herself being repeatedly questioned by a member of the household staff about where she was from. Miss Fulani, who was black and was born in Britain, documented the exchange with the staff member, whom she identified as Lady SH on Twitter. The encounter, in which the employee seemed unwilling to believe Miss Fulani was British, rattled her, she said, and left her with mixed feelings about the gathering, which was dedicated to raising awareness about violence against women and girls, showcasing Camilla's involvement in this cause. The rest of the event is a blur, she says. She runs a charitable group called Sister Space that helps women of African and Caribbean descent who are victims of domestic violence and sexual abuse. Less than 24 hours later, Buckingham Palace said the staff member had resigned and offered her profound apologies for the hurt caused. The BBC and London newspapers identified her as Susan Hussey. It's in the name. 83. A close friend of Queen Elizabeth II, who served for her for 6 decades as a lady-in-waiting and is godmother to Prince William. The palace did not confirm the staff member's identity. Sheesh. They say, we take this incident extremely seriously and have investigated immediately to establish the full details. In this instance, unacceptable and deeply regrettable comments have been made. And she retired. Oh, they have pictures of her old hag right there. Susan Hussey.
Let me see.
She a hussy.
She is a hussy.
She is a hussy.
Those stories always just interest me because it's just like people just crazy and bad shit.
Exactly. So then that just goes, because Meghan had told these stories in her Oprah interview about how there was just like this racist culture that was happening in Buckingham Palace. Yeah. And it's true because they tried to shoot it down so badly. And it's just like, nah, it's true.
Yeah.
It happened.
I mean, we see it all the time. Those British tabloids are terrible. Like if you go back and listen to any of those like compilations of the British tabloids and stuff, they're awful. Yeah. They're really just awful and like outright like blatantly racist. It's not even a little bit. It's like this is the racist statement by any accounts of the word. Yeah. It's very interesting to me.
What else do we have here? Florida sheriff holds a press conference with new right-wing school board chairman to call for more severe discipline of students. The sheriff then laments that children no longer fear having the cheeks of their ass torn off.
Hello.
And it's true. It's true. These kids don't have no fear no more. No respect, first of all, and then no fear, second of all. This is redirecting. But I agree. These children need their ass cheeks torn out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you get your ass cheeks torn off?
Absolutely.
Did you get your ass cheeks torn off? Did your mom?
He's like fire for that.
Cut ass. Good cut ass is what they need. So it says days after Brevard County School Board outside the superintendent plans are underway for a new school disciplinary policy in Brevard Public Schools. Flanked by Sheriff Wayne Ivey and State Attorney Phil Archer, School Board Chairman Matt Sussin went on camera Monday in front of the Brevard County Jail in Sharps to announce plans to impose the most prolific school discipline policy this district has ever had. It's a new day, Ivey repeatedly said throughout the announcement. Sussin did not say what the policy would include. He said he was calling an emergency meeting for next week to draft the policy with input from Archer's office.
Nobody's going to accept that, though. That's the only thing that's bad about it. I don't want nobody hitting my kid, but listen.
He says they know nothing is going to happen to them. They know they're not going to be given after school detention. They are not going to be suspended. They're not going to be expelled. Or like in the old days, they're not going to have their the cheeks of their ass torn off for not doing right in class. Ivey said the school discipline situation is so bad that the district is losing teachers. A representative from the Union for School Bus Drivers and other school employees said staff members were being hurt by students. The instructional assistants that are in the classrooms are choked. They're bitten. They're scratched. It's an everyday occurrence.
They're what? Say it again because it couldn't be me.
Choked, bitten, and scratched.
No, sir.
And it's an everyday occurrence, and they're so discouraged because nothing is ever done with the students, or at least it appears there is nothing being done. If it is, it's taking way too long to remove these bad students from the classroom. According to the most recently released student discipline data, the Florida Department of Education reported few student expulsions in the 2020-21 school year, fewer than 10. However, there are 2,518 in-school suspensions, 4,457 out-of-school suspensions, 435 students placed in an alternative educational setting, and 139 students who were physically restrained in that year, last year.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm not gonna go to teaching is not supposed to be a haphazard job. I'm not supposed to be going there expecting that I could potentially be choked, bitten, or body slammed onto my own desk.
Yeah.
Those are not the things
By
that
the
I'm
students.
signing up for.
By the students.
Exactly. By the students. And they be like in the 6th grade. Like,
it sounded like,
nah.
what's that movie? Dangerous Minds?
Oh,
Yeah. That's what that sounded like.
But were they fighting the people? Were they fighting the teachers in there?
Oh, yeah, they was fighting
I
the
just watched a
teachers.
new movie the other day. It was called The Students or something like that. It's a foreign film on Netflix, and the kids was in there riling up at the teachers. It was a bad school, and they was riling up at the teachers, and then a group of nerds formed this little coalition. It was a whole bunch of things that was happening in that movie. But anyways, that was one of the things that happened. That was crazy.
Shanae says, but also no accountability at home. They act a donkey at home and they act a donkey at school. Main reason why I am not in the classroom and private tutor now. I refuse to deal with these jokes. That's how I feel. Like, if that are the risk of me being a teacher, because I just want to teach you a little English of how to write a sentence correctly.
Right.
If you think that you are going to choke me out because you don't like how sentences are structured, then we have an issue.
I don't know, man. I gotta give it to teachers, because when I was going to Marblehead, we had some students that were special curriculum or special ed, and when they used to act out, I mean, they would have to be like restrained damn near. Like it was like some of these kids, I mean, and that was happening from the time I got out there in middle school, 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like the kids were just acting out. And
Wild.
have to get sent to the nurse's office in the morning to get their Ritalin and stuff.
Oh, hell.
It's crazy.
Y'all's girl Marjorie Taylor Greene has a new reality. The MAGA flamethrower is trying to figure out how to become more powerful.
Who? Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Marjorie Taylor Greene wanted everyone to know that she was trying to be helpful. As Republicans feuded this month over who should lead their razor-thin House majority, the Congresswoman from Georgia stopped before a crowd of reporters at the U.S. Capitol and urged conservatives to unify behind her choice for Speaker, Representative Kevin McCarthy. If they refuse, Greene warned, the House gavel, the all-important prize needed to subpoena Hunter Biden and anyone, I don't even know, could fall into the wrong hands, like Democratic hands, she said, or even Liz Cheney's hands. I will not allow that to happen, Greene told reporters, her tone suggesting potential danger. Has McCarthy promised you'll be seated on committees next Congress? One asked, a reference to the current Congress having stripped. I don't know. This story's crazy. And anyhow, I thought it was saying that she had a reality show. It's not what it says. And so I don't want to read it. And the last story. This is very sad. The families of the Americans who died in apparent carbon monoxide poisoning in Mexico City are now going to sue Airbnb. And I think that, they should be sued.
Was it Airbnb?
They were in an Airbnb. It says in an exclusive interview, the heartbroken mothers of Jordan Marshall, Candace Florence, and Cortez Hall said Airbnb
This is the one with the carbon monoxide?
Yeah,
Okay, yep.
They went to go celebrate the Day of the Dead. Must require working carbon monoxide detectors in all of its rental units. And I agree. Like, isn't that just standard?
I thought that a few, maybe that was just America.
Yeah.
Because I thought that when we passed it, every home had to have a carbon monoxide detector in it.
Right.
And I think that is law right now because it's the silent killer.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very interesting.
It says that the heartbroken mothers said their deaths were easily preventable and announced a coming lawsuit against the rental giant. Speaking together publicly for the first time in an interview, all of the mothers were there. The women say they are struggling to cope with their children's deaths. Florence said Airbnb should have required their rental units to have working carbon monoxide detectors. Because Airbnb is an American company.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
Is it American run? I don't know, because it's in other states. But anyhow, I cannot process in my mind why my daughter is not here today. She said, there is no excuse. There is no excuse. It cost $30. If I had known, I would have brought it for her. I did see something, one of those travel pages or whatever. They have the people travel with a portable carbon monoxide detector.
Really?
It's a little tiny one that they bring and they plug it in whenever they get to.
Oh, I want one.
Where they're going whenever they travel abroad or wherever they go. They plug it in.
That sounds smart.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust people with my life.
Yeah. The woman's attorney, Chris Stewart, based in Atlanta, said the Americans died from carbon monoxide poisoning caused by a malfunctioning water heater. Remember our water heater was malfunctioning when we was in Miami?
What if we had carbon monoxide poisoning?
No, we had them windows and doors open every day. We was open. The lawsuit has not been filed yet. Will seek to compel Airbnb to mandate working carbon monoxide detectors at all of its properties around the world. Stewart said the company has been sued about the issue before. And knew it was a problem. Airbnb regulates guns and parties, so requiring carbon monoxide alarms should be a company policy to keep customers safe, Stewart said. These are the 3 examples of what parents want their children to be. We lost a 12th grade teacher, a 7th grade teacher, and an entrepreneur who built a company from nothing. That's what we want. These people were helping the next generation. Airbnb probably doesn't require carbon monoxide detectors because listings would have to be pulled, Stewart said, affecting the company's bottom line. It's always about money. They only speak about money, which is why this lawsuit is coming.
I feel like once you get that big, regardless of what it is, the quality of what it used to be always goes down.
Yeah.
And probably before, when Airbnb started, they cared about all these things. But there's so many Airbnb owners. There's so many Airbnbs. There's so many things going on. Nobody's just scared. Everybody just wants to make some money.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares if somebody dies.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting you to come and rent this place and die, so I'm not going to put something in there.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Really, really sad. But that's our national news. That was a lot of up and down, wasn't it? So that's that. Take a break. We'll be back.
Yes, and Carlos will be joining us a little bit later so we can talk about the redistricting and the voting situation as we just get into the weekend. We'll get it while it's hot. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com.
This holiday, meet me in the city, downtown, or in the neighborhood. Boston's all dressed up with lots of places to go, people to meet, and shopping to do. Whoever you are, whatever you seek, you can find it here in Boston. Be it a mom and pop or 5-star shop. This holiday season, use the power of your purse with passion and purpose and shop local. This is Boston, and we are all-inclusive. For more information about what's going on in the city this holiday season, go to allinclusiveboss.com.
Yamba Market. Visit the first Black-owned dispensary in Cambridge. Yamba Market's mission is to participate authentically in building a socially restorative adult cannabis market in Massachusetts and beyond. Their commitment to the Yamba family is to provide an inclusive and exemplary experience focused on a broad selection of unique strains, quality products, and customer journey. Open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. 580 Mass Avenue, Central Square, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Registration at yambamarket.com.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. tax. Massachusetts is going to look very different in 2050, causing changes in people's transportation needs. Beyond Mobility is a long-range planning initiative from the Massachusetts Department of Transportation, designed to hear directly from you about your transportation needs and priorities now and in the future. These are your roads, your bridges, your trains, and your ferries, and we want you to lead this conversation. Massachusetts is going places, and getting there begins with you. Join our conversation and go to mass.gov/beyond-mobility and become part of the change.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Hi, Rosa. How are the kids? Good. But I have a question about the COVID vaccine. Kids who had COVID have immunity, right? True. They have some immunity, but also true, vaccines strengthen that immunity. But how do you know if it's safe? The vaccine was developed so fast. True. It was fast. Also true, scientists had a head start. They've been studying similar viruses for years. Have questions about kids and the COVID vaccine? Know the facts. Find the truth. Visit boston.gov/COVID facts.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chick a man be ballin'. Leave chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Yo.
Carlos Enriquez, ¿qué pasó, hombre? Hola.
Rocking to this music.
You like that?
That old school. You know I can rock with the old school. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, because you do play a lot of good accumulation of old school vibe-tastical beats.
I mean, I'm old.
Yeah, no, I don't. Can we talk about that? Can we take a pause for the cause?
I'm past middle age.
What is middle age?
The average U.S. citizen lives between 70 and 80, right?
Okay, so middle age would be 40.
I'm 46 next week.
Oh, so you're a little past middle age.
I was old.
See me, I'm about to
shout out Sag Life in the building. Team Sag in the building.
Nah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I should have got me a drink. I didn't know we was drinking already.
Oh yeah, we drinking. You know it's Friday.
Y'all could have put that in the text message. I would have came properly.
Have a little drink. You drink. I remember the first time I met. Not to say that he's an alcoholic.
You don't remember it. You remember the story.
I know. Well, the first time we. No, I do remember. Because I remember seeing Carlos at Slade's because I was heavy into.
It wasn't Slade's. It was Daryl's.
Daryl's. All of them are the same thing. It was at Daryl's, and he had a black and
a black and mild.
And I asked him if I could hit that.
Black and mild?
And I wasn't talking about the black and mild.
That was a leap of faith because I didn't know you. I had to wipe the tip like 5-6 times. I was like, who is this?
Okay, do not Amber Rose me, Kanye.
She asked you.
Do not Amber Rose.
You had to wipe off the tip. What is we talking
about?
about?
Kanye was like, I had to take 9 showers after Amber Rose. Ugh.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, no, but
danger.
See, but that was chemistry. We knew that we was going to be the bestest of friends later on, so that's why he took a risk on me. And I remember, I think I offered him a drink or something like he was like, I don't drink, and I asked him if he was pregnant.
Oh. Yeah, I was. You see, yeah. I mean, we can get into that. I wasn't drinking at the time. I had stopped drinking for 6 years. And of course, you know, people always pressure you like there got to be something wrong with you. You don't drink alcohol.
You got to be pregnant.
You don't drink alcohol. What, you allergic? You carrying?
And I think that at that point, I had passed the age. I had passed the sobriety. I had passed the age of sobriety.
You were so far gone.
Friggin' gone. Because that was the early days when I used to go hang out with like Val and Bishop and Marv. And then them 3. It's crazy. So that I used to get hitched to their tab and go ham. I'm on their tab. Yeah, I'm on their tab. Put me on. Bishop's is okay.
So you was on their tab and you was offering me drinks?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are my guys. If I get a drink, you get a drink.
Oh,
I don't think they knew that, but you know.
Well, because Dell would always, especially when I wasn't drinking, Dell put you on the tab no matter what. But when you're drinking ginger ale and cranberry juice, Dell got no problems. Buying you as many as you want.
Have several.
Yeah, she's great.
Two things that we wanted to talk about really quickly is voting age. The city councilors have voted to reduce the voting age from 18 to 16. We could do that as a state. Don't they got to be cross country?
They have passed a home rule petition that now has to go to the state house for approval.
But what does that even mean? Like if Massachusetts allows voters to vote at 16, but say New Hampshire allows voters to vote at 18, don't we have an unfair advantage to the voting system?
The states are able to make their own laws through home rule petitions, the same way you can change your speed limit in Boston and not change it in Braintree or not change it in New Hampshire. Remember, the speed limit used to be 30 in the city, and now it's 25.
So are these for the 16-year
City Council passing the home rule petition?
For the 16-year-olds that are voting, though, are they voting in every election, or is it just like local elections?
It depends how it's written, but typically they would be able to vote in every election. But that home rule petition then has to go to the state house. One of the state reps, probably from Boston, would have to file it as a home rule petition at the state house, and then the 2/3 of that body would have to vote for it. Now, that's the rule. Usually, they try to if it's favorable, if you got enough pull up there, then the Speaker of the House will just do it with a voice vote. When the chamber is empty, there'll be like 20 people in there. They'll be like, everybody in favor, yay. The yays have it, and they'll pass it if they want to pass it, or they'll shoot it back down and it won't pass. So it's not done. It's not done. It's not a law yet.
It's because we were like, nah, that's not okay. Explain other home advantages. What is it? Home
rule petitions. So speed limit, liquor licenses. It's because there's 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. All the laws can't be done by the state legislature by themselves. So they allow cities to pass a law that might work in that city alone, and then they send it up there. So stuff like speed limits, liquor license, there's a ton of small things that you would think of like that. Housing rules, as long as it doesn't collide with state rules, it turns into a home rule petition.
Why would as a Massachusetts who's pretty progressive and things as such, why would we want, that is progressive. Why would we want to lower the voting age?
Well, people want to get more. There are some people that want to get more people involved in civics and believe that if you get them involved younger, they have a better chance of staying involved in civics. A lot of our social issues and social change throughout our country is usually led by young people. Older people take the credit for it, but the MLKs, the Malcolm X's, the Bobby Kennedys, even the young activists today around Black Lives Matter, they're usually in their 20s. They usually started in their teens and they're out there, and the argument is if you trust them to drive, you trust them to go to school every day, you trust them to operate this heavy vehicle next to you, why wouldn't you trust them to vote? But, you see a lot of pushback with some ageism and some old people doing what old people do and saying, nah, I don't trust them because we're not mature at 16.
I think Steve jumped off, but he was opposed to it as a young person. He didn't explain why, but we'll get into that later. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's funny how to hear different people's beliefs because, at 18, you can't drink, but you can buy tobacco and you can go to war and learn how to shoot and become a killer. So, we always bring our own personal projections on how we think about 16-year-olds, and we just put that on all the 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
There's some brilliant 16-year-olds out there.
Yeah, we were just talking about Doogie Howser yesterday. He was a whole doctor at 14.
People are worried about them being manipulated, but let's not act like the voting population is so brilliant that the 16-year-olds is what's going to make it weaker.
And Gen Z are probably the most livest bunch that we have right now. Those people don't play. That's a community of folk that do not play when it comes to what they want, whether it's super liberal, super conservative, or just super silly. But whatever. The other thing that we wanted to touch base on real quick before we jump into entertainment news is that we've been talking about redistricting and we've been following that situation. It was passed, but now there's a lawsuit out against that map because it disqualifies the white vote.
So basically, some white people, and I'll give you some names.
Frank Baker, Shirley Shillingford,
and Erin Murphy.
You saw that.
Erin Murphy.
So, some of them are using so the idea is, as we talked about it before, is to improve equity amongst voters, right? So that all black people aren't packed into one neighborhood, so that we can't just get one seat, we can get multiple seats in a city, in a state, in a Congress, in the country, etc. And in this country, the history is some white folks, not all, have usually been grimy with it, and they've been packing us into one district. They've been diluting our vote. They've been doing all this shady stuff since we had a chance to vote, which has only been 60 years now. So let's not act like we've been voting for a long time. Now they've reversed it. Now that the more equity we fight for, the more some white people are going to be upset.
The more they feel discriminated against.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The more reverse racism shows up, the more they feel discriminated against. So Old Colony Association in South Boston, the Ward 6 Democratic Committee, or Ward 6 Committee, it might not even be Democratic, it could be Republican, the South Boston Citizens Association, former city councilor and city clerk Maureen Feeney, Mission Hill resident and dictator of the Caribbean Carnival, Shirley Shillingsford, City Councilor Flynn, Flaherty, Baker, Murphy, all are in this lawsuit saying that the white vote in District 3, that's where Frank Baker represents, that's Dorchester from Bowden Street. Actually, it comes all the way into Upham's Corner where the KFC and all the way up through actually Upham's Corner and goes all the way back to the water, right? All the way back to New Ponset. That's District 3, Savin Hill, but some are Bowden, some are Topolis, some black neighborhoods in there as well. So they added, it took away some of the strongest white precincts out of that and put it into District 4 to make it more diverse. So now there's a better chance that a person of color could get elected in District 3. Not necessarily, but could. They put those white people into District 4, which is represented by Brian Worrell, and they're alleging that it dilutes the black vote. Now, if you check District 4,
yeah, like how would it be?
Black person.
Exactly. So how would it dilute the black vote?
They just cut and paste in the argument. They're like, what them black people say? Yeah, let's say that. Let's say that, and they put that in the document. So that's the fight they're asking for. They're asking that the map be thrown out. They're claiming a lack of transparency, that the community didn't get to weigh in, which I think is funny from a city council president who took Ricardo Arroyo's chairmanships away
without saying anything to anybody
without any
else.
Explanation publicly, any transparency. But now he's complaining about transparency. Like, for me, and my thoughts are not represented by Spark FM, the ownership of the management. For me, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of racist bullshit, but that's just me.
No, I mean, the way that it is written and the way that it is explained, not only by you, if you read just at the very basic comprehensive level, you see it screams bullshit. Now, I mean, not that I want to bait you into this conversation a little bit, but why would somebody like the Caribbean Association of Caribbean People associate themselves, because there are some people that have associated themselves with this lawsuit and are actually helping it to go to where it needs to go? Why would they interject themselves into something that is so easily divisive?
Do you want my political answer, or do you want me to keep it? Do you want me to keep it on the block? You want me to do it like we're on the block?
I want you to do both. Start with political and then break it down.
My political answer is maybe she agrees because she has a lot of her constituency lives in those two neighborhoods. Maybe she's heard complaints from people that say that they've diluted the black vote. I doubt it, but maybe. Or maybe politically she's going to need a favor from some of these councilors next year to ward off somebody that might be coming and challenging her leadership. So maybe she's doing them a favor now by saying, hey, I'll be the token. You need a black person to solidify this. It's very similar to the tactics that they use around the exam schools. Like they use a few Asian parents.
Yeah.
White people use a few Asian parents to make it seem like they were fighting for racial equity, when actually they're protecting white privilege that have been there at Latin school and the exam schools forever. So Shillingsford has possibly positioned herself as kind of that token, that person, one person of color, because I didn't see anybody else listed.
It was never anybody else listed there. It was just
so, I would be curious of whether she is transparent, or whether any of these people are transparent and explain why they've taken this position.
Yeah, I was quite confused as to why her name would be.
Yeah, and
there.
I mean, and then I know that the Bay State banner for a reason associated with that, but that is such a large group of minorities or Caribbean people that I'm not sure, like with that title being put after this article, I'm not sure how well it sits with this community. Well, for me, who sits in this community, I don't at all agree with this, and it's very funny that would be associated with that.
Yeah, and so prominently named.
District 4 is represented by Brian Worrell.
Yes.
Who is the son of Jamaican and Trinidadian parents.
Jamaican and Bayesian parenting.
Is it Bayesian? Oh, yeah,
it's Bayesian, yeah.
Uh-huh. His district has the largest amount of Caribbean people in the city of Boston.
Absolutely.
He also has probably the second largest black population in his district, and I'm sure the brother likes his job. So I don't believe, and he's smart. I don't believe he would take on these precincts and change his district if it was bad for the people in his district, or even if it was bad for him, and even if he was a self-serving city councilor. I wouldn't take on precincts if it was going to mean I was going to get voted out. So
isn't this the majority of his map too? I think this might be a lot
about. He had a lot of big role in
yeah.
playing that map. So I'm curious, and I wish I was a fly on the wall to see if Shirley Shillingsford reached out to a Councilor Worrell and spoke to him about his support for this map and why she now is opposed to it in a court of law.
That's because
the
lawsuit is a pretty.
When they don't get their way, you see the more we push for equity in a country that's not based on equity. But we should expect this, right? We shouldn't be surprised. I don't want black and brown people to be surprised, and even the city councilors. Like when I watched the council, and some of the people of color that represent a lot of people of color were unprepared with numbers and unprepared with stats and kind of fumbling over their words. Expect these fights. Like when you see Flynn, Flaherty, Baker, and Murphy, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're fighting to keep what they have and for their people. So if you're going to go against them, be prepared for the fight. Don't just show up and, like we said on Tuesday, don't just show up and get slapped around.
Yeah.
Put up a good fight. Fight for your people and what's going to benefit our community.
I thank you very much for explaining that, because I didn't even know that KCAB was associated with that, and I think that's what I got personal with it, because you see these things all the time and you're like, whatever, but when it comes to like a group of
she kept KCAB separate. She just put her own name as a Mission Hill resident, right?
Okay.
So it's smooth how she did it. So she's doing a personal favor by throwing her name out there. She could have listed it as they did with the South Boston Citizens Association, so she held back there. And she just said, I can give you my name, but I can't give you KCAB.
She's a powerful politician. I get it. She does. She dibs and dabbles, so she knows how to work the angles.
I wouldn't call her powerful, but connected. But I don't know what power she exerts over things that benefit our community. So I don't know if I'd call her powerful.
Very interesting.
But again, that's just me.
Yeah.
Just me.
I mean, and I also like, if you think about redistricting and stuff and how it was how it went, how it was voted against 9-4 and stuff like that, and it literally is like the 3 white sitting city councilor members on there. It paints a very, 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 very vivid picture of what's going on. So
an honest picture.
Yeah.
You got 13 members, 9 of them are of color, 4 of them are, actually it's not. I don't want to say all the white councilors, because Liz Brereton and Kenzie Bach were amongst the 9, right?
Yeah.
So you have the 4 white Irish Catholic councilors who represent the whitest neighborhoods in Boston, South Boston and South Dorchester. And at large, Murphy's at large and Flaherty's at large, but we know where they come from. They come from those same neighborhoods, so that's where their loyalty seems to lie. So, I mean, it's to be expected. This is the same Boston. We always talk about racial progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, the council is a little bit more diverse, but it still moves the same way. So at least they're in the minority this time. Maybe this will help teach them some empathy on what it's like to be a minority at times. Because this is probably as close to it as they get.
Oh, hey, how the tables have turned. Have a
I thought that was going to be queued up. I thought Triz would have the tables would turn queued up. And
what did I when the tables would turn? No, but thank you, Carlos, for explaining that, because oftentimes we are reading these articles and we're like, What the hell they saying? Am I reading this right? It's basically what they saying. Okay, let's call Carlos. What would Carlos do?
And the Mass and Cass hearing was interesting too.
Oh yes. Mass and Cass
same
hearing.
Counselors were complaining about crack pipes and needles being handed out, and it's funny that they had all kinds of pushback, and I get it. I hear that in my community too from people of color, so I know that's not a racial line, but it's interesting to me to see the 4 counselors who grew up in Whitey Bulger's South Boston and Dorchester, and probably never.
Miss Tony literally said that yesterday.
They never made a peep about when he was turning their neighbors into criminals and people into addicts. But now all of a sudden they don't understand harm reduction and the power of it.
Somebody like Frank Baker, whose district is literally Mass and Cass, right? While all of these conversations are going on about Mass and Cass, I feel like he's very reactionary and never very intentional about anything that he says. What's his deal? Like, how does he feel, or what has he said that makes him like? I don't understand why he keep getting voted in. Maybe that's the question.
Frank is interesting to me, and this is just my opinion. And I'll be quick. I actually endorsed him back in 2011 when I was a state rep, and don't be mad at me because he was a better choice than the other guy at the time.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, and in the years past, and it's odd that he takes such a hard stance when he's been convicted of drug dealing himself, and has that on his record. I'm surprised that he's not more empathetic about it. But it seems like he's only concerned with just his neighborhood, and that's what district councilors get to rest on. Like, all you got to do is make sure the majority of your neighborhood is taken care of, and they'll take care of you, and they'll send you back every single time. And I think he does the quiet business of making sure Savin Hill and the ponds that are taken care of, and so that's what he's really concerned about. And everything else he's doing, he's grandstanding. I think personally he's a small man in stature and in thinking. And that's why he yells so much. And what I wish is somebody just would put them in their pocket or in their fanny pack and take his ass back home.
Just call him a Polly Pocket. Jesus.
Yeah, just put him in your back pocket and walk him out of there. Like, he's just making a lot of noise and grandstanding.
Yeah.
He likes the sound of his voice now, and it's really ego-driven, I think, more than even politically driven.
I think that comes from society and how the political landscape looks right now. I think like the most loudest and boldest people who make the most noise get the most media attention, but they are full of fluff. Like there's not much there. There's not much substance there. But yes, okay, good. Carlos, thank you so much for
I'm gonna go get my drink now.
Yes.
When's your birthday, Carlos?
The 9th.
The 9th. Nice.
Tristan is the 10th or 11th.
I'm the 11th.
The 11th.
Okay.
We got an Akabine party.
The greatest season is here.
Is it?
Watch out.
Is it? Whatever. Anyways, bye, Carlos. Thank you very much.
Hey, wait a minute. Before I let y'all go, how's my lighting?
Great.
I like the microphone. Right, I like the microphone prop too, and the headphones.
Like
it looks very studious. Yes.
You see the headphones I brought out?
I see that. I like that.
All right.
Boy, I tell you. Bye.
Y'all enjoy the day. Bye.
Peace.
Oh, always a pleasure to have Carlos in our midst. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with our entertainment news. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
Spark FM.
Medication. Your medication makes me high.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I woo. And she let it clap for it.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
She like man, we ride. Big ride.
Spark FM.
My God.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
Hi, Rosa. How are the kids? Good. But I have a question about the COVID vaccine. Kids who had COVID have immunity, right? True, they have some immunity, but also true, vaccines strengthen that immunity. But how do you know if it's safe? The vaccine was developed so fast. True, it was fast. Also true, scientists had a head start. They've been studying similar viruses for years. Have questions about kids and the COVID vaccine? Know the facts. Find the truth. Visit boston.gov/COVID facts.
This holiday, meet me in the city, downtown, or in the neighborhood. Boston's all dressed up with lots of places to go, people to meet, and shopping to do. Whoever you are, whatever you seek, you can find it here in Boston. Be it a mom and pop or five-star shop. This holiday season, use the power of your purse with passion and purpose and shop local. This is Boston, and we are all-inclusive. For more information about what's going on in the city this holiday season, go to allinclusiveboss.com.
A lot of us have questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. Do I need to get a booster? Do kids need the COVID vaccine? Does the COVID vaccines protect against variants? Are vaccines safe for kids? What are the side effects? It's good to have questions. Just make sure to get good answers from qualified professionals. Talk with your doctor or nurse about the vaccine. Make an informed decision. It's up to you.
This health message was brought to you by your friends at the Harbor Health. Visit hhsi.us/COVID vaccine for more information.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chick a man be ballin'. Leave chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh. It's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
She gave me hers before I'm gonna make
y'all playing Kanye?
I'm not gonna touch the show. That she gon' get a sexual seduction. A sexual seduction. Sexual seduction. Yeah.
Baby dog is a freak. I get it 7 days of the week.
I wish there was a way that you can literally erase the artist and keep the music.
We should do a Spark FM karaoke night.
Why don't we?
Baby, yeah,
we should get that.
In the English. You should.
Yes.
Like little drinks, little music.
Yeah, little drinks, enough drink. And then we can go outside on the yes, bro, that'd be crazy.
That'd be nice.
That'd be crazy because I would sing my heart out.
Me too. I would.
What song would you sing? Oh yeah, you already said that.
If you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Go ahead and free yourself.
Or I would sing
Hate Me.
No.
If you
baby, if you want me, you got to show me love.
Oh.
Words are so easy to say. You got to show me love.
And I would sing, I rock the party that rocks the party. You rock the party that rocks the party.
Good. I want you to do that as karaoke so you can learn the words. See the words.
Let's get it into our saucy report. Elon Musk suspends Kanye West from Twitter for sharing a picture of a swastika inside of a Star of David as his presidential campaign symbol. Anti-Semitic rapper reveals their furious text exchange. Disgraced rapper Kanye West saw his Twitter account suspended by Elon Musk on Thursday night after he shared a picture of a swastika interlaced with the Star of David. I'm interested in seeing what that looks like. The post came hours after an interview with conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who has just been settled on $1 billion of of foolishness because you got to shut your mouth sometimes, and he doesn't shut his mouth. So it's interesting that Kanye West would now contentorize that show with Alex Jones, but that's neither here. Contentorize. West sparked outrage by declaring his love of Nazis and his admiration for Adolf Hitler. Musk, who reinstated West's banned Twitter account just last month after taking control of company in October, on Thursday night decided that musician's latest outburst on social media platform was the final straw, which is crazy because isn't that going right into Elon Musk's free speech? Like, if it's all about free speech, then why are you silencing Kanye? Not that I am whatchamacallit, but if you're gonna have crazy people on here calling people N-words and all kinds of stuff like that, then why are you taking away Kanye West's free speech? Yeah. The post came after West's account was initially locked for 12 hours, preventing him from tweeting, and later suspended. It is unclear whether the suspension is temporary or permanent. In the recent weeks, West has made a string of vile anti-Semitic comments, leaving his reputation in tatters, causing brands including Adidas, Balenciaga, and Gap to leave him in droves. As a result, his net worth has plummeted. His divorce from his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, was also finalized last week, where she needs to pay him $200,000 a month in child support. Yeah. He needs to pay her. West was kicked off of Twitter for intimate to violence after the rapper posted the picture of a swastika, the symbol of the Nazi party and the Jewish holy symbol. He indicated it would be the logo for his proposed 2024 presidential campaign. Musk, who purchased Twitter in October, who has since taken a more relaxed stance of content moderation, told West, "Sorry, but you have gone too far. This is not love," in a text message shared by the rapper before the ban took effect. West responded, "Who made you the judge?" Touche. Touche, Elon Musk. "I tried my best," Musk wrote in a tweet after Twitter deleted West's offending tweet and temporarily locked his account. Despite that, he again violated our rule against incitement to violence. Account will be suspended. And West said, "What happened? We have determined that we have violated the Twitter rules, so we're temporarily limited some of the account features." And Kanye West's account is absolutely suspended.
Do y'all think Kanye's gonna kill himself?
No.
He seems like he's setting up to kill himself to me. He seemed like he gonna off himself.
No, I don't think so.
Shortly after, Musk tweeted FAFO, which are initials for the term F around and find out.
Yes.
Oh.
West's account then disappeared from Twitter, appearing with the label account suspended. It was unclear whether West's Twitter suspension is temporary or permanent. Following West's tweets of the swastika and star image, some noted that it appeared identical to the symbol of Raelism, a UFO religion that believes aliens created humanity using advanced technology.
Oh, that's Tristan's religion.
Nevertheless, West's extensive comments praising Nazis just hours earlier weighed heavily on the interpretation of the symbol. With Kanye West, "I like Hitler," he says. This is what Kanye said. Oh, is this what it is?
Yeah, this is.
Play it.
I'm gonna show them the symbol.
He's gonna show them the symbol. Again, we're just showing this to you for your purposes of being informed. We were just showing you what's on the internet.
We also have audio from Mr. West.
Yes, we will hear him give praises to Hitler.
Who's Kanye's friends?
No one. This comment, mixed with his high profile and huge following, has dangerous consequences.
You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love, us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. How about that one? Ari Emanuel, how you like that one? Hey, Ron, you gonna do anything to fix Chicago? They want to separate and confuse the Christians and make us afraid to stand next to each other. A Christian can stand next to anyone. We can go visit R. Kelly in prison. We can go talk to Harvey Weinstein.
That's what Jesus did.
Yes, because Jesus can save everyone. But if the Zionists can get us so afraid that they're going to do what they've been doing to me, attempting to put me in jail, freeze my accounts, smearing me on the media, you know, all of these things, you know, you put on the whole armor of God. And
You know that Kanye is a loser when Donald Trump thinks he's won. Like that's when you like you've hit rock bottom. You're in a sunken place, bro. I don't know what I don't know.
And moving on.
They're gonna take his. Somebody commented this. They're gonna remove his music from all the streaming platforms soon because he's really losing it.
Which is, you know what pisses me off about that? That it's very unfortunate that they would do that because I feel like the one thing that we all agree on when it comes to Kanye is that he has made really great music, right? And I think that is it's non-debatable. Even if you don't like Kanye, such as myself, you do understand that he does. We were just singing this. You know, we were just singing this song. Yeah. It's not a very crazy song, but you know, like we were just singing this.
No, and All of the Lights with Rihanna, when that comes on, I feel something in my soul.
All of the lights. Turn on the lights so like, baby. It's very, you know, like I'm going to go, my only comment is fuel up the spaceship, put them on it, and send them away. And I've been on this. Before it was a ship. It was a regular water ship that I wanted them to go on off the coast of Madagascar and get lost somewhere in the Bermuda Triangle. Now I think they just have to disappear. They have to disappear. Yeah. Kanye West has to disappear. Elon Musk has to disappear. Donald Trump has to disappear. Those three in particular, those three are the most controversial people on this earth, I feel.
On the planet.
Like literally. And the bad thing about it is that they are such powerful men. They are such powerful men. And all three of them are absolutely the worst type of human mankind can produce. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. Steve said he produces incredible music, but he's a horrible person. And that's the thing. And I think that's what Kanye, to be honest with you, Kanye was trying to make that parallel between Hitler. Just because you do something good, whether it be influence in highways, because he did not create the highway system or the microphone, that was detest. Just because you do something great does not give you exemption from being a terrible person. A tyrant. And I get it. When I was reading the comments, people was like, there's a good in everybody. Yes, even in the most evil person, they have done one thing good that cannot overshadow all of the bad that they have done. Because they saved a puppy one time from a burning house does not give them the authority to go skin and kill people and wear them as dresses. You know, there is a line. And Kanye doesn't see the line. Just because you make good music doesn't make it okay for you to be a terrible human being.
Yeah. Janet says that she doesn't think he's going to kill himself, but he's talking himself into a conservatorship. I wonder who going to conserve him? Who is his friend?
That's the thing. How did they conserve? How are they trying to conserve what's the lady?
Wendy
Williams. But none of that has been said about Kanye yet. Yeah. Like, I don't understand it. Yeah. I mean, that's another thing about black women.
He don't got nobody?
Wendy don't got anybody to conserve her either.
Kanye has a sister, right?
Does he?
Does he? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was an only child.
I don't think.
No, bro, I don't know about any. I remember I got in trouble one time on Instagram. I think it was one of the times that I got all the likes and all the things. People came after me because Kanye had said something about his father, and I was like, I didn't even know Kanye had a father. Yeah. You know, like. And it's not, obviously everybody has a mom and a dad, how they were produced. But like I'm talking about in life.
He has a stepsister.
He has but I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think. I
think Kim Kardashian was the closest that he had to an adult person who loved him unconditionally.
Yeah.
And he went out of his way to make sure that she can't feel like that anymore.
Yep.
Other than him being the father of his child.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about Kanye. I'm really disappointed, but I'm not surprised. And that's it.
I think it's so sad. It's just a sad story.
Oh, they're
and
strange. They're strange.
Sad thing to watch and look at. And I would be estranged from Kanye if I was his family now at this point too. Because he's strange.
Yeah, he is estranged and he needs to be
estranged. Yeah.
I'm not going to read any more about him, but former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown, another one. Put him on the ship.
Same thing.
Fuel up the jet, Elon.
Why is it that you want to be famous for being such a horrible being?
For being a jackass.
For being just a dick. Like, why is that? Why is that why you want to be famous? The famous thing that you're famous for. And then once you're established as that, you have to continue being that. You can't,
because you have people on a side. I don't know which side is it. You have people that are praising you. The amount of people that were approving of Kanye's foolishness, even with those comments, was absurd. And they dig down into it like, no, he's just saying that everybody has good in him and he's telling us the truth. How does that truth influence or affect us on a daily basis?
Right. And is the truth still effective if it's truth covered in shit? That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't.
It's not, come on.
Doesn't.
Y'all gotta be smarter than this.
Former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown is wanted on a battery charge stemming from a domestic incident in Tampa police with the Tampa police on Thursday. Investigators said Brown, 34, and a woman were involved in a verbal altercation Monday afternoon at a home in Tampa when Brown threw a shoe at the victim. Y'all listen to this. Brown threw a shoe at the victim, attempted to evict her from the house, and locked her out. There was a court-issued warrant for Brown's arrest. There was an article that I read that said the shoe hit her ponytail.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Why can't they just lock him up for being just a tyrant in general? Everything about this man is bad. Just lock him up and keep him there.
I don't know.
I don't understand. It's just bad.
Like everything in here is, and we're not going to get tied up in how the media reports about people, but Antonio Brown has had a very long history of just being
bad.
Yes. And we're just good because it's not a crime to be bad unless you commit a crime against others or something. I think he's just gonna be out here doing what he do.
But in Star Wars and shows like that, don't they just get the bad people and they just do stuff to them because they bad? Can't we live in those times? He's just bad. Just do something with them.
Harry and Meghan docuseries trailer debuts on Netflix. And, to be honest with you, I don't care about that either.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm not.
I'm probably going to watch it. I watched some Harry and Meghan drama, something that happened not too long ago.
Didn't
that
Mommy
was on
made us watch it?
Oh, Mommy did make us watch it.
She actually made us watch it.
She did make us watch it.
Hostage situation.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I just didn't feel like watching it. And I don't feel like watching this either. But if you guys want to watch it on Netflix, the Harry and Meghan docuseries has debuted.
This is supposed to be a story through their eyes.
Yes.
So,
is it?
Yeah. So that's why I would watch it, because it's supposed to be they supposedly had a lot of input on this story.
This was a pretty trending story. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach won't face GMA discipline. Say relationship started in August.
Yeah, I saw them yesterday on the show.
Are they still married?
They're both still married to other people.
And they won't face. So how did Ime get fired? I mean, maybe it's different rules. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach, co-anchors of GMA3, will not be disciplined over their romantic relationship. Network sources tell TMZ Amy and TJ did nothing to warrant punishment. They are two consenting adults on equal levels in the company and have a right to date who they want. One network source added the facts they were on air on Thursday, the day after the Daily Mail broke the story, should telegraph to everyone neither will suffer any consequences.
They were both just sitting up there yesterday, sitting across from each other and just laughing in a kiki. And he's married to a lawyer. She's a lawyer for Rock Nation.
Really?
He, interestingly enough, he wrote a post to her a couple of years ago, maybe, and it said something like, "This is my wife, and she's such a good woman, and despite all that I've done to despite all that I've done to try to hurt her, she's still stuck by me," or some foolishness like that. It was just like, is this supposed to be nice or not? It's crazy. As far as we know, they are still married to other people. I don't know if the affair is still ongoing.
No.
If it was something that was happening.
They
before.
said, as for the timeline, we're told both TJ and Amy separated from their spouses in August, just weeks apart from each other, and shortly thereafter began a romantic. Oh, so they was doing that way before,
Okay.
and then they decided to do it together in solidarity, and that's what
nice.
happened.
I mean,
if that is true, and now they are dating, I honestly also don't care. Nia Long, the Udoka scandal was devastating, so she finally actually spoke out. And she says Nia Long is finally breaking her silence on the cheating scandal involving her fiancé, suspended Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka, saying she was devastated when the news broke 2 months ago and still is. She says, "I think the most heartbreaking thing about all of this was seeing my son's face," the actress said, when the Boston Celtics organization decided to make a very private situation public. It was devastating, and it still is. The Friday actress, I mean, she's been in so many other movies,
I know.
who did not discuss her relationship status with Udoka, also called out the
That was her
Celtics
biggest
for...
movie.
Was it? No, absolutely not.
The Best Man.
Best Man
The
was,
Best
yeah,
Man
Best Man.
and Love Jones.
Love Jones.
Yeah.
But you know they want to use the Friday.
Yeah, of course they're gonna.
That's
use
very
Friday.
ugly. Nasty work. I'm sorry no one from the Celtics organization has even called to see if I'm okay, to see if my children are okay. It's very disappointing. In spite of all of that, Long said she had a tribe of women and men instead, protecting and comforting her through this difficult time. Plus, Long is looking forward to directing her first film, and it's a love story. So good for her.
Yeah.
Girl,
And also
you
on
up and
December 22nd, the Best Man final episodes or something like that is coming out on Peacock. It's going to be a series. All of them are in it.
Oh, nice.
Something else I didn't know, that they found out the affair was leaked by the woman's Ring doorbell.
That was the thing.
Yeah, I didn't know about
She
that.
was the husband found out because she was talking to Ime on
Yep.
the thingy, and her husband heard it, and
Yeah.
then he was the one who did it.
I didn't even know that. So also, it doesn't say if they're not together anymore.
You're right.
Ime and Nia. It says she wouldn't
They're not
comment on the
together.
status of
She been left here. She left. She moved out of Boston like a week later.
But does that mean that they're not
That doesn't
They're
mean
not
they're not
together.
together.
They're not together.
I don't know.
You
I don't
know
know.
these-
She's not going to take all that embarrassment and stay with that man.
I mean, if I moved out.
They got together in 2009. They didn't get engaged for 6 years.
Yeah.
They had the child.
Yeah.
And then they've been engaged all this time.
Yeah.
She's not leaving.
Nope, she gone. She gone. She
I
was
don't
engaged
so.
all this time. She gone.
She's not leaving. The reason, just moving away is enough to make people feel, enough to take away the embarrassment while they
Y'all
work
don't
on
think she
their
leaving
relationship.
that man? Y'all really think she gonna take all that embarrassment and stay by this man?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think so. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't think so.
I think that they're not going to be public about their relationship, but I do think that she's going to stay with him.
There are a lot of women who deal with embarrassment from men and stay in the relationship.
A lot of a ton of embarrassment.
I just don't feel like she's going to stay. I feel like she has many other options out there.
She has me as an option because I would love her deeply.
Me as
You
well.
know.
However, I don't think she's leaving.
Jay-Z says that Bacardi rejected his $1.5 billion offer, claims he's getting played in Duce war.
First of all, when I read that article, I was like, B. Cardi.
Yeah, but
Me
B.
too.
Cardi. And
Yeah.
it wouldn't register to me for a little while. And I was like, oh, Bacardi. Yes. That's what it says.
I'm not sure what's going on with this, but I feel like this is the way that a billionaire,
It's
plays
billionaire
ball.
problems.
Yeah. Jay-Z made Bacardi an offer he thought it couldn't refuse. He was willing to spend $1.5 billion to buy full ownership of Duce, but still got rejected. TMZ broke the story. Jay is in a legal war with Bacardi, trying to force the company to buy him out of their 50-50 partnership in the luxury cognac line. But according to new docs, it was Jay who first tried to buy out Bacardi. Here's what's weird. Months after his offer, Jay says he and Bacardi exchanged valuations of the brand. They were light years apart. Jay felt his half of Douce was worth $2.5 billion, and Bacardi thought it was only worth a measly $406 million. According to the documents, Jay went back to the drawing board, and then in December, he offers to buy out his partner for $1.5 billion, which, keep in mind, would still be 3 times what Bacardi said it was worth. Apparently not to Bacardi, since it rejected the offer, and that's why Jay-Z thinks there's something shady going around. In the docs, Jay basically accuses Bacardi of unduly influencing a third party that was called in to appraise the brand. It's unclear what number the appraiser came up with, but it's fair bet it's closer to Bacardi's value than Jay-Z's. We say that because Jay's now asking the court to modify the results of an arbitration both parties went through to settle the sale. As we've reported, Jay-Z is ready and willing to part ways with Douce. He simply doesn't want to get cheated on the price. There's a hearing set for Thursday afternoon in NYC to address the matter.
Again, billionaire problems. I think that it would be very unwise of Bacardi to give him the rights to Douce. I think that Douce is a superior drink. A lot of people drink it.
Yep.
A lot of people really, really like it.
Yep.
Bacardi is making a lot of money off of it.
Yep.
Why would they give it to him?
Yep.
That doesn't.
I mean, because he made it what it is now.
I mean, and that's
and
true.
And that's why it is what it is
But-
because of him. So
and
no,
they
I
do
wouldn't let
have
it
a
go either.
50-50 partnership. I also feel like Jay-Z wants to buy it out because he understands the influence of Douce.
Yep.
So, I mean, I feel like what they're fighting for is not unfair. I think both of them have a very, very good claim as to why they should. And I feel like this is how you deal with problems. You don't end until both of you guys agree on something that works for both of you. You don't just go squash the relationship and lose all your billions of dollars.
No.
That's not how you do it.
No.
So good. I hope all works well with them. And I hope they figure that out. But again, that is billionaire problems. That doesn't affect me in any type of way.
At all, because I'm going to drink Douce whenever I can afford it.
Me too. And last but not least, Ashanti exposes producer ransoming songs in exchange for shower sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Over a couple of days, Ashanti was featured on The Breakfast Club, and she exposed a producer, but she did not say the name. She said that a producer kept 2 of the songs hostage, saying that if you wanted them, she would have them for free, but when it was time for her to get them, they were like, come take a shower with me. And when she refused to take a shower with them, they asked for $40,000 and for the tracks, trying to
espionage,
extort. Escort.
For some shower pics, you ain't gonna give me my songs because
no, not shower pics, shower sex.
Oh,
they wanted.
Yeah, they was trying to extort her for money and sex.
That's terrible.
Her mother was there too.
They wanted her mother.
No, her mother was in the room as they were interviewing her. Her mother's been her manager for.
Oh, really?
Her momager
since the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, somebody would have had to kick in them tail.
Steve said the new Diddy Henny is good. Diddy got a Henny now. Diddy got everything.
That's what I just read Steve's comment that said that Diddy got Henny.
I don't know.
Wait, he's got a part. What?
Not Henny. He got a cognac.
Oh, it says that Diddy. Well, it's a cognac. Oh, because he said the Diddy Henny.
No.
Damn children always
doubt
call
it's
Diddy
Diddy
call everything brown Henny. Children, millennials.
Millennials.
Everything brown is Hennessy to them.
I feel it. Anyways, people, we got to move on to the sidelines. We will be back on Monday. We hope that you have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Rest up. Turn up. Whatever it is that you do on the weekends, just be safe. And we'll meet you guys back here on Monday. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online. More entertainment, news, and music coming up. Woo!
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Spark FM. Online.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on